I remember the sound of the front door closing more than I remember. The words spoken that day. There wasn't a grand scene. No yelling, no dramatic goodbyes. Just quiet. And in that quiet, something shifted in me. A kind of closing off that I didn't have the language to name yet. My mom did her best. She kept the house clean, kept food on the table, and wore a calm smile like it was armor. She used to say, "You're okay, baby. Everything's fine." But I wasn't okay. I was confused, angry, scared, and I had no idea how to say any of it out loud. So I didn't. I swallowed those feelings like stones. Every time I wanted to cry, I stuffed it down. Every time I wanted to ask, "Will Dad be around?" I'd remind myself that real men don't ask those kinds of questions. I learned that sadness was weakness, that needing comfort made you a burden, and that silence was the only emotion allowed. Looking back, I can still see myself, sitting on the floor. I became hyper-aware of tone, of tension, of changes in the energy of a room. It was survival instinct, the early signs of the hypervigilance that would one day serve me well in combat, but damage me deeply everywhere else. And when the new man entered our lives, I wanted to believe he'd bring stability. Instead, he brought more silence, more confusion, and more moments that chipped away at my trust in others. His anger didn't always explode. It simmered. The kind that made you flinch even when he was just reaching for the remote. One night, I had a nightmare so vivid I woke up shaking, drenched in sweat. I remember my parents wear out on a date. My stepfather was so pissed when the babysitter called to tell them I was, crying and shaking from fear. He came home, told me that I made it all up. I was in trouble for how scared I was of the nightmare. I still remember that dream to this day. But what stuck with me wasn't the dream, it was the feeling that I was alone in it. From then on, I stopped going to them when I was scared. I stopped going to anyone. Instead, I turned to control, controlling my room, my schedule, my grades, my silence. I became the silent kid, the one who didn't make waves, the one who seemed fine. But inside, I was locking away every unanswered question, every moment of fear, and every ounce of softness I had left. That kid, the one who learned to mask his pain, to handle everything alone, to fear vulnerability, he's the one I've had to go back and rescue as a grown man. Because you don't just wake up one day emotionally distant. You learn it, you practice it, you survive with it until one day you realize survival isn't enough. You want to live, you want to feel, you want to heal, but to do that, you have to go back to where the mirror first cracked. These are letters from the edge. Please like and subscribe for more letters.